Hello and thanks for joining Aso Briefing today. I am Princess Sobra Usman. Our top stories. President Tinubu recalls DG of NTA Executive Director News set aside fresh appointments. Abuja Municipal Area Council Legislative Council announces withdrawal of his earlier impeachment of Speaker. FCT Minister pays condolence visit to the family of late Mrs. Grace Adayilo. And Magistrate Court orders DNA test on late Mohbad's son. You're watching Aso Briefing. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, Free TV channel 507, UHF band on channel 38. We now go ahead of all our stories. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the recall of Mr. Salihu Abdullahi Dembos, the Director General Nigerian Television Authority, who briefly vacated the post following some management changes in the agency. Dembos was appointed DG of the TV network by President Tinubu in October 2023. He will now return to complete his 3-year tenure. The President similarly directed the recall of Mr. Ayo Adeoye, the Executive Director of News, to complete his 3-year tenure, which ends in 2027. Adeoye was appointed by President Tinubu in 2024. The new directive effectively reversed the previously announced appointments of a DG, Executive Director of News, Executive Director of Marketing, and Managing Director of NTA Enterprise. The Abuja Municipal Area Council and Mark Legislative Council has announced the withdrawal of his earlier impeachment of Speaker Matthew Yari. Jankara Ibrahim, councillor representing Kabusa Ward, made the announcement during a press conference in Abuja. Our correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar completes the reports.
The Speaker's impeachment was carried out earlier in the week, with Honorable Jankaro Ibrahim being elected as the new Speaker. However, following the intervention of the party leaders and the Council Chairman, Mr. Christopher Zakame Kalangu, the impeachment was withdrawn. According to Honorable Jankaro, the withdrawal was made possible by the Council Chairman's effort to promote peace and development in Abuja Municipal Area Council.
Why we have decided to withdraw this impeachment is because of the intervention of our stakeholders in various angles. And for us to maintain peace and harmony, we have to go with their advice. So we want to beg our supporters, the general public, to support us in lifting this impeachment.
Jankaro said the APC legislators who hold the majority in the council had given the Speaker 1 month to make adjustment, particularly in ensuring regular House sittings.
We have given him 1 month to amend his ways. And after the 1 month, he has not amended his ways. We are going to do this impeachment properly in his presence, and the new Speaker will be sworn in immediately.
Honorable Matthias Aliu, councillor representing Wiso Ward, emphasized that the 1 month period is sacrosanct, and if no changes are made, the Speaker's impeachment may be revisited.
The world should note that this is the last chance and the last opportunity we are giving to him to carry this house in one voice. We want peace, and we want this government of Honorable Christopher Zaka to succeed.
The press briefing was attended by all the majority APC legislators who initially supported the impeachment. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wike, has reaffirmed the administration's commitment to supporting initiatives that will improve the living standards of residents. Speaking at the official launch of Care 365 Innovation System in Nigeria, the minister, who was represented by the Minister of State, Dr. Mariam Mahmood, said the innovation will help reduce healthcare disparities by providing accessible medical services and improving health outcomes for FCT residents. The minister noted that Care 365 sees user-friendly interface and seamless virtual consultations that will enhance patient experience and satisfaction, describing it as a cutting-edge solution that demonstrates the power of innovation, collaboration in healthcare delivery. The minister commended the former head of state, General Abdusalam Abubakar, and other stakeholders for their contributions in bringing Care 365 to Nigeria, urging wider collaboration to ensure its successful implementation in the territory. And inspired the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Care 365, Engineer Ngozi Joseph Odumuku, explained that the system comprises 4 key components: health monitoring kiosk, mobile clinic, health hub telemedicine app, and a specialist doctor's pool, all designed to revolutionize healthcare access and delivery in the country. Eminent leaders and stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, have met in Abuja to deliberate on the future of the party ahead of its forthcoming national convention. The meeting, which brought together former governors, federal lawmakers, and party leaders, ended with a communique stressing unity, fairness, and respect for the rule of law. Our correspondent Usman Katun Umar reports.
It was a gathering of political heavyweights in Abuja as concerned leaders and stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, met to chart a new way forward for the party ahead of its national convention. The meeting, chaired by prominent members including former governors and national as well as state assembly leaders, reviewed what they described as the defining challenges facing the PDP. At the end of the session, a communique was read by former governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, reaffirming the group's commitment to equity, justice.
We considered it imperative and expedient to make the following observations and convey our demands to the national party leadership of the National Working Committee as we prepare for national convention. Our observations: 1, that the PDP stands as a defining crossroads where its ability to reconcile internal disputes, uphold fairness, and respect constitutional processes will demand its future relevance.
The communique demanded fresh Congress in Ebonyi, Anambra and Ekiti State in line with court rulings, as well as a fresh zonal Congress in the Southeast. It also insisted that the outcome of the South-South Congress held in Calabar, already recognized by the court, must be respected. On zoning, the leaders agreed with existing formula adopted by the National Executive Committee, stressing that the position of the national chairman must remain in the North Central while warning against what they called micro-zoning.
5, that on zoning of party offices, whereas we agree with the zoning committee's recommendations, which was adopted by NEC, that status quo remains. We further and very strongly hold that there should be no form of micro-zoning for peace and stability within the party.
Those in attendance included FCT Minister Barrister Ezenwonye Somwike, former governors Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu, Okeze Ikpeazu of Abia, Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti, PDP National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu, as well as serving and former members of the national as well as state assemblies. Leaders of the party's board of trustees and the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly were also present. The stakeholders concluded with a call for collective responsibility, insisting that the PDP must rise above narrow interests and embrace justice if it must reclaim its role as Nigeria's leading opposition party and a credible alternative for the people. Usman Katun Umar, Aso Television News.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wike, has paid a condolence visit to the family of Mrs. Grace Adailo, the first female and first indigene of the FCT to serve as head of service of the FCT administration. The late Mrs. Adailo passed away on Monday. Our correspondent reports that the minister described her death as a painful loss not only to the FCT administration but also to the entire territory. His reports.
The atmosphere at the residence of the late Mrs. Grace Adailo was one of deep sorrow as the FCT Minister Barrister Eze Nwoyesom Wike arrived to condole with her family. In an emotional tribute, the minister recalled the outstanding service of the late head of service, whom he described as a dedicated and trusted administrator.
I made up in different ways. I've worked with women, I've worked with people, civil servants, but I can say that I've worked with somebody who's committed, somebody who's dedicated to her job. I remember that when she was made the permanent secretary, and Mr. President approved for us to have a head of service. When the Chancellor retired, and I asked him, I'm not a civil servant, I've never worked here before. Who do you think that I recommend to Mr. President to be a head of service who's very hardworking, you can trust? And he said, the lady and the woman very committed. And the first time I woman in shop, you know the way I do my things, that she cope. He said, if I need to tell that she can cope and she will do it very well. And through that I started working with her, no cause for complaint.
Barrister Wike said he received the news of her death with shock, noting that her passing came at a time when the FCT still needed her experience and guidance. The minister praised the late Mrs. Adailo for her commitment to duty, recalling how her tenure was extended by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his recommendation because of her exceptional service.
She's full of life. Give her an assignment, you don't complain. There were no excuses. And when she was supposed to retire, she told me, I said, no, I needed people like you to stay back. And I had to go to Mr. President. I said, Mr. President, I don't want this man to live down. I still need her. I need assistance and guidance. And the Senate President approved and extended her tenure for another 1 year. And I thought I was going to enjoy that. I didn't know that forgiveness will always do. Satan will always do what we want to do. But God knows best. God knows best.
He assured the bereaved family that the FCT administration will stand by them, promising to take responsibility for the welfare of her children and cover all burial expenses. The minister urged the family to take solace in the fact that she lived a fulfilling life dedicated to God, humanity, and the service of the FCT. Mrs. Grace Adailo, also fondly called Mama Africa, will be remembered as a trailblazing first female and first indigene to rise to the position of head of service in the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Usman Khatun Umar, Aso Television News.
Moving on, the federal government has declared Friday, 5th September 2025 as a public holiday to commemorate the celebration of Eid al-Mawlud, the birth of Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, extended warm felicitations to Muslim Ummah in Nigeria and across the world on the occasion. Dr. Tunji Ojo enjoined Muslim faithfuls to reflect on the virtues of peace, love, humility, tolerance, and compassion as exemplified by the Holy Prophet Muhammad, stressing that these values remain essential in building a united, prosperous, and progressive nation. He further called on Nigerians, regardless of their religious beliefs, to use the occasion to pray for the peace, security, and stability of the country, while supporting the federal government's efforts in fostering national harmony and sustainable development. Dr. Tunji Ojo also urged citizens to remain law-abiding, security-conscious, and supportive of government policies aimed at ensuring the collective well-being of all Nigerians. The minister wishes all Muslims a joyous and peaceful Eid al-Mawlud celebration. And when Aso Briefing returns, we bring you more stories to join us after the break.
We were warned about this marriage because we did not listen. The young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi, Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajan?
We were just talking about offering Ojigijag a seat on the council.
May God be praised. Negodo is Elko Sisi. He has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
We were warned about this marriage. Because we did not listen, the young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajan?
We were just talking about offering Ojigijag a seat on the council.
May God be praised. Negodo is Elko Sisi. He has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
We were warned about this marriage. Because we did not listen, the young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajan?
We were just talking about offering Ojigijag a seat on the council.
May God be praised. Negodo is Elko Sisi. He has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
We were warned about this marriage. Because we did not listen, the young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajan?
We were just talking about offering Ojigijag a seat on.
Welcome back. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, and the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Said Ahmad, have extended heartfelt congratulations to Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, as she marks her 65th birthday celebration. In a remarkable act of generosity and vision, the First Lady chose to celebrate by asking well-wishers to donate to the National Library Fund instead of presenting personal gifts. These noble gestures reflect her lifelong commitment to education and her belief in the transformative power of knowledge. The revival of the National Library, according to the Minister, is central to the federal government's drive to reposition Nigeria from a resource-based to a knowledge-based economy. The National Library is not just a building but a virtual symbol of learning, opportunity and progress for generations to come. This initiative aligns perfectly with the vision of President Tinubu, who has consistently placed education at the heart of national renewal. His administration remains determined to provide better learning environments at all levels of education, ensuring that Nigeria's young people are equipped with the skills, knowledge and opportunity they need to thrive in a rapidly changing world. The ministers reaffirmed their commitment to this mission and are calling on all Nigerians in the public and private sector, civil society and individuals to support the National Library Fund together to build a brighter educational future for all. Moving on, the Director General, National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, Professor Abdullahi Mustafa, has described biotechnology as one of Nigeria's greatest assets for national security and sustainable development. Professor Mustafa explained that modern security is no longer defined solely by weapons or borders, but by safeguarding the nation against food insecurity, health emergencies, industrial vulnerabilities, and environmental threats. The DG noted that the NBRDA is applying biotechnology across key areas of national security. He added that biotechnology is vital to health security, pointing to NBRDA's effort in strengthening local capacity for vaccines, therapeutics, and rapid diagnostics. This initiative, he said, reduced dependence on imports and enhanced Nigeria's preparedness against pandemics and other health threats. On industrial security, Mustafa highlighted innovatives in advancing the bioeconomy through renewable energy innovation and waste-to-value technologies. These solutions, he explained, enhance energy security, create sustainable alternatives, generate jobs, and mitigate economic vulnerabilities. Following the derailment of a passenger train on the Abuja-Kaduna route at Asham train station on Tuesday, August 26 at around 11 a.m., the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau has launched an independent investigation to determine the cause of derailment and to prevent future incidents. The NSIB, in a media brief, said the train operated by Nigerian Railway Corporation was carrying 583 passengers when 5 coaches and a locomotive left the tracks shortly after passing a switching point. He said the derailment led to 12 reported injuries, all classified as minor to moderate with no fatalities confirmed, and several others were reportedly taken to medical facilities by their families, while emergency responders, along with military and security personnel, quickly secured the scene. Services along the Abuja-Kaduna corridor were temporarily suspended due to damage to the tracks and rail infrastructure. The NSIB stated that investigators are examining everything from crew records and infrastructure to train data and eyewitness accounts, while a draft final report of safety recommendation will be released after investigation concludes. The NSIB has assured the public of transparency and continued updates, including interim findings if necessary. Town planner Sadiq Ahmed has pledged to continue his ongoing empowerment program, particularly for women, whom he described as the bedrock of society. Town planner Ahmed made this announcement in Cairo within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, where 180 women benefited from his program, each receiving 20,000 naira. Our correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar completes the reports.
This initiative is part of his ongoing empowerment program for women, widows and orphans, which has already visited Kwali, Abaji, Kuje, Gwagwalada and now Abuja Municipal Area Council. Town planner Sadiq Ahmed commended the Abuja Municipal Area Council's chairman, Mr. Christopher Zakame Kalangu, for his good work and noticed that the empowerment program is in solidarity with the chairman's effort.
Today we've identified with the chairman, who is doing very well in his own capacity. And also, why do we choose the women folk? Because we've known that the women folk have a multiplier effect in everything that is given to them.
Alhaji Yusuf Nadabo, APC Vice Chairmanship candidate for Abuja Municipal Area Council, thanked God for the empowerment, saying 20,000 naira each to 180 women. It was just the beginning of more goodies for women. Honorable Umul Kaltum Olajimoke, an APC councillorship candidate for City Center Ward, urged women to fully participate in politics.
Aftermath of this, we're going to see how we can regroup them and have them as an association and organization, so that whatever empowerment that is coming through the government will come through them. We embark seriously on sensitization on how they can build on little skills and accusations.
For the women, don't relent. The fact that one person, if I can do it, my sister can do it too, my daughter can do it too, any other woman can do it. I am that example. I'd like to thank everybody who has been involved in this, the chairman of the Abuja Municipal Area Council, because it's not easy to do what they've done, but they've shown that they are ready to take care of women.
The beneficiaries thanked Town Planner Sadiq for remembering them, assuring that the funds will be used judiciously.
We are happy and we are saying thank you very much, and I assure you that this money, by God's grace, it will multiply by multiply by multiply.
I want to especially appreciate the TPL initiative and Abu Sadiq for giving us this privilege to be one of the beneficiaries.
I feel better, I feel happy. Add it up to my business, so I think it's going a long way.
The event featured the presentation of the money to beneficiaries by invited guests, and the program is expected to conclude in Buari Area Council the following week. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
The Magistrate Court in Ikorodu on Tuesday ordered that the deoxyribonucleic acid DNA test be conducted on Liam Aloba, son of late Nigerian singer Ileri Oluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. The DNA test had to be conducted in an accredited and recognized hospital both in Nigeria and abroad. Magistrate Adefisoye Sonuga gave the order while ruling on an application filed by late Mohbad's father Joseph Aloba, who sought for a paternity test. The late Mohbad's wife Omoumi Cynthia Aloba was listed as the respondent in the application, which was brought pursuant to Order 8 Rules 1 and 8 of the Family Court of Lagos State Civil Procedure and Order 9, Rules 8 and 9 of Magistrate Court Civil Procedure. The applicant seeks an order of the court directing the Chief Medical Officer, Chief Pathologist, or any other appropriately qualified officer of the Military Hospital, Yaba, Lagos, who is in charge of the remains of late Mohbad presently at the Military Hospital, to remove any tissue, hair, or any part of the body of the deceased for the purpose of conducting a DNA test on Master Liam Aloba at a recognized and accredited government or private medical facility within Lagos State or other agreeable hospital outside Lagos State. The application also sought an order of the court directing that a DNA test be conducted in relation to paternity of Master Aloba, being the alleged son of Ileri Oluwa Oladimeji Aloba, the deceased, in a recognized and accredited medical facility outside of Nigeria at the expense of the applicant. In documents put before the court, Aloba stated that there remains uncertainty regarding the paternity of Liam Aloba, and given the sensitivity of the matter, it is imperative that the paternity be conclusively settled. He also insisted that paternity is a live issue, while regards to determining the respondent's maintenance obligation and the child's welfare, and the DNA therefore necessary to avoid further delays and prejudice when the proceedings came up. Augustine Adebemi from law firm Dr. Wahab Shitu represented Joseph Aloba, while Kabir Akimbolu appeared for the late Mohbad's wife Umi through his counsel. The applicant moved his application, and with no opposition from respondents, the magistrate granted the order as prayed. The court gave the following directives: that 2 DNA tests be conducted in an accredited and recognized hospital, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, that both parties or their representative be present when the sample is taken. Further proceedings were then adjourned to November 11, 2025. Good governance. A founder of non-governmental organization Connected Development and Follow the Money, Hamza Lawal, has urged the citizens in the country to monitor activities of government at all levels to ensure funds appropriated for projects are judiciously used. Lawal gave the advice while inaugurating members of the organization in Abuja. Topsy Gimba has details.
Mr. Hamza Lawal called on Nigerians to fight for justice. He said his organization would do all possible to build consciousness in the minds of the citizens to monitor the activities of their leaders at all levels. To achieve this, he said, he is planning to expand the connected development to all Africa countries. He disclosed that he would be traveling to the United Kingdom for studies, and that the Assistant Director Program, Helazira Michelia, will become the Acting Chief Executive Officer, Connected Development and Follow the Money.
Connected Development have worked in over 3,000 grassroots communities across Africa and 12 African countries. Rather, across Nigeria and 12 African countries, giving citizens the tools to hold their leaders accountable. We have tracked over 400 billion in budgeted funds, ensuring that this translates into public schools, primary healthcare center, access to water, and critical infrastructure across these communities. We have shown time and again that transparency is not a privilege. It is a right, and every Nigerian citizens demand accountability. Our work has not been easy. We are faced with resistance, intimidation, and difficult terrains for advocating for accountability in systems that often strive on opacity.
The Secretary General Connected Development and Follow the Money, Mr. Mukhtar Modibo Saliu, said part of the movement is to expand, build capacity, and develop strong systems. He said for the past 6 of the 13 years of the organization, a lot has been achieved across the country.
Now, we only track what we see and what we know. Right? If you look at the follow the money process, we don't track what we don't know. So we follow through the process. And one beautiful thing about our model is we don't do it ourselves. We educate people in communities to do it, to do the tracking. So, and we don't go to courts whatsoever. So what we do is we do petitions. When we notice that there are issues within the project, we do petitions. I can confidently tell you that we have quite a number of petitions to EFCC, ICPC, and other anti-graft agencies around what we've been tracking.
After the swearing-in ceremony, the newly installed Acting Chief Executive Officer, Helazira Michelia, said the organization will remain determined in achieving its main objectives. She says she has been working with the founder, Mr. Hamza Lawal, and pledged to increase citizens' awareness on what government does.
If we're going to be intentional about integrating gender into or having more gender-focused campaigns, interestingly, Connected Development has always been women-led. We've always been very passionate about gender campaigns. We've always integrated and mainstreamed gender into all our programming. So of course you would see more initiatives and campaigns targeted towards the upliftment and empowerment of women and girls and men as well.
The ceremony ended with the swearing in of new leaders of Connected Development, Topsy Gimba. Aso Television News.
And that's Aso Briefing for today. Many thanks for watching. I am Princess Sobra Usman.